Yo, what's good YouTube? Since the villain back with another video, my hair is nappy. But today, this is episode one of the Art of Rolling, and today we are going to be using big bamboo. So this can apply to any paper, but this is specifically for big bamboo because of the size. Um, so without further ado, let's get into it. So what you're gonna need, I would prefer a grinder. I know this looks like a medical container, but it's actually a grinder. I prefer a grinder. You're gonna need whatever you're gonna use. You're gonna need a paper and a filter of some sort. Now, some people don't like to use filters, which is fine. But if you're grounding weed up, I would prefer using the filter, so you're not getting stuff in your mouth. So what you want to do, get you out one piece of paper. Now, most of you would probably be inside, so that's fine. You probably don't have like the wind blowing, but I'm outside, so I'm just gonna use my lighter to keep my paper secure. But all I did was fold it in half, because it's folded in half this way, but I folded it in half the long way. That's all I did. And when I sit it down, the gum strip is gonna be at the top. So, and then so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some of your flour, you're gonna grind it up. Now, it all depends on the consistency of the flour too. So, I would literally use the rule of thumb, meaning if you can break it down easily with your fingers, do not use a grinder because you're gonna grind it too fine um, for this paper. So if it's really easy to break down, use your hands. But what I'm gonna do is I am going to get some flour, and this is some I don't know if you'll zoom in or not, but that's some mochi right there. So what we're gonna do, I would probably say, now this, like for those who like to roll backwards and stuff, I would kind of put the same amount that you would put in the backwoods. So I would say at least no less than 1.8 grams. So if you want to round it up, I would say no less than 2 grams in this. So all I'm doing right now is putting my flour in the grinder. And just gonna grind. Now I don't remember how fine or how easy this was to grind down. I don't think it was too easy, so I feel like as far as grinding this, I should be okay to do it a little bit longer than usual. But you don't want it too fine though, because there's still a chance even through the filter you can get weed in your mouth. Don't want that. And I don't know if you can see behind me the wind is blowing, but I'm screened in, but I still gotta be careful. And as you can see, my weed is getting stuck in there, so all I'm doing is taking my thumb, going through there and pushing it out, making sure nothing falls on the ground because I am outside, so that would suck. So that's all I'm doing. So I'm actually gonna need to use, I'm gonna use this part of the paper, this part of the pack of papers to kind of clean it out. But I think it's actually brown. So once it is ground to however you want it, which this is pretty good. This consistency is pretty good. think some is stuck at the bottom though, so I'm gonna have to take this, go back through here, loosen it up a little bit so I can get the rest out. Now some people put like grabber or tobacco in their joints. Once you grind it up, this would be the time to do that. So whatever tobacco you like to add to your joints, that would be the time to do that now. So got the rest of the weed out of there. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick it up like so. And I'll bring it back some. So both of my pointer fingers I'm gonna lay on the inside of each hand. I'm gonna press down. So I'm pressing down and I'm flattening it in there. Now use each finger to push your flour in on each side. So like there, use that one. Boom, there, use that one. It's gonna fall out. It's inevitable. So make sure you're over like a table or a tray or something. And so once you pat your flour down in there, pinch it with your thumbs on one side, pointer fingers on each side in the middle, and kind of slide across to the outside. Sorry about that, AC. So pinch, thumbs on the inside, pointer fingers on the outside, up and down, slide across, up and down as you go. Now, you can keep doing it that way. I like to kind of feel it out, go through the joint, make sure I'm pushing my product back in. Like I said, something's gonna fall out, so that just is what it is. But whatever I can save, I will. So boom, you can kind of see how that's like formed in there a little bit, so we're gonna sit this down. So now you're gonna get your filters. Now everybody's gonna have a different filter. I have these cone filters specifically for these because it gives the joint the cone shape, and it's easier for me to pack down once I get to the end of the joint. So everybody's tips are gonna be different. Some of you are gonna have the pre-roll ones. That's fine. So you can skip this step. But for those who don't and have to prepare their tip, sometimes there's perforated lines, sometimes there's not. Most of the time there's going to be like at least 3 perforated lines, and you fold them however you want to, and then you roll them. So this one has like 5, I think. So I'm just going to fold them down to make an M or W's or whatever the case. So it looks like that right there, and then I'm going to roll this. And since this is like a bigger joint, I'm going to roll this one a little bit bigger than I usually roll my tips to kind of match it with the size of the joint. So I roll that. Boom. So I just hold it in place however it's supposed to be. Now, usually I go this. At this point, I pick up my joint. Now, the wider piece of mine has to go in this way because the smaller piece. So what I do is I stick it towards the end, and as I'm sticking it in, these 2 fingers, my pointer finger, my thumb, and my middle finger, I kind of use that to kind of grab as I'm sliding in. So like to hold the paper and kind of get it secure in there, and it's not going to be perfect. And then I just grab it and hold this in place with my thumb and my pointer finger. So my thumb and my pointer finger right now is holding this in place. I haven't pushed it all the way in, or not push your tip all the way in yet. And there's a reason why for that. So boom. Now I go back a few steps and I use my thumbs on this side, on the inside, my pointer fingers on the outside, and I kind of form it to where the tip is, to where it's like evenly distributed. But I never let go of this side, but I evenly, I go move this finger throughout the joint to where it kind of like matches up with how the tip is, and I just form it. Okay, and I keep pushing my flower, and some of them fell out, but it's okay. So keep doing that across till it's kind of firm, till it's firm towards the tip. So boom. Now the inside, this right here, what I do, I kind of like roll it. I like roll it back with my thumb. Like roll it down, and the paper will come with it naturally. It should. So if I'm rolling down, that paper is gonna come down. This paper is gonna come up like that, like so. So as I'm rolling my thumb down, the inside should be coming down with it. So boom. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep rolling that down until I can tuck that smaller piece in behind the tip. So what I do is boom, I roll it back, tuck it, and then I start using my thumb to roll it back up. Once it's tucked, use that same thumb to start rolling it back up. And it should roll itself. You should see it tucking. If you did it the right way, the joint should be rolling itself as you roll your thumb up. It should be rolling itself back this way. So as I'm rolling up, you can see itself, it's rolling itself. So you make sure you actually, you tuck it with your other thumb as you go. So I'm rolling up with my left thumb, this outside thumb, this thumb right here. I'm rolling up, and with this thumb, I'm tucking as I'm rolling. So boom, I'm tucking, 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 rolling, boom. Now it's gonna be wide if you got these kind of tips that I have, which is fine. So boom. Now it's basically rolled itself, as you can see. Now what you're gonna do is the outside of the top piece where the gum strip is, I like to lick it from the end, pause. So lightly moisten and fasten it from the end backwards. So the top, you push down, that's secure. And you keep going from the part where you light back to the mouthpiece. Moisten lightly, push down, and just keep flowing. Like keep following that. Keep following that until you get all the way down to your mouthpiece. And boom. Now, got this stuff in my hands. All this stuff in my hands. Okay, so boom. Now you see, we still got the mouthpiece out. Now the reason I left this was because this, once you push it up, it'll help tighten the area between the mouthpiece and the start of the joint, so it's not flimsy. So what you want to do is carefully push that up slowly until you get to the edge of the paper. Boom. So then what you want to do is take a pen or a pencil with an eraser, something flat, whatever the case may be, and push down. Push down. Luckily, the part where you light is big enough so I can actually stick my finger in there. So push down, and I try to make it as even as possible. Make it as even as possible. Okay. So boom, now to where I got it to where I want it, but you can kind of see the line. I pinch and I twist. Thank God that's off. I pinch and I twist. So pinch, twist, 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 twist. Sometimes I'll like use these two fingers and like push down to make it like flat as I'm twisting. I'll just twist, push down to where it's flat, twist, sure my filter's pushed down, and I like to kind of give it like a, not like a pull, but like a blow, like you blowing a balloon, like, because the filters I have, they don't stick, so you can kind of change the shape to where they'll fill out the actual tip, the actual end of the paper, instead of it being loose. So I push it down and make sure it's where I want it. Give it a little blow, so I know it's secure, and a little bit more of a twist, and boom. How to roll a bamboo, man. Appreciate y'all. It's already going on 16 minutes, so I'm gonna get up out of here. Episode 2 coming soon.